Hello students, today we will take a new topic and that is the PN junction. We have studied the P type of the semiconductors and the N type of the semiconductors earlier. As you know, there is a high concentration of holes in the P type of the semiconductors and high concentration of electrons in N type of semiconductors. Now, when both are in contact, that is, when we join a P type of semiconductor with a N type of semiconductor, what happens? The phenomena takes place is electrons move towards P region, okay, from the N region, and holes towards N region from the P region after diffusing through the junction. Means there is a junction of P and N semiconductors. What happens? Through this junction, holes and electrons move towards the opposite semiconductors. The electrons move to the P region, recombines with holes. That is, holes are in axis. So when the electrons are moving or coming in this side, these electrons recombines with the holes. Due to this, what happens? As a result, holes disappear and an excess negative charge appear on this side of the junction. Similarly, when holes diffuse across the junction, what happens? An excess positive charge will appear in the N side, that is in the negative side of the semiconductors. As a result, what happens? These positive and negative charges on both sides of the junction are immobile. Remember, these positive and negative charge which have been developed due to the migration of the holes and the electrons at the junction are immobile. Immobile means now they cannot move. This you can very well see in the figure. It is clear from the figure that on the left hand side we are having P type of the semiconductor and on the right hand side we are having N type of the semiconductor. Their junction has been shown by a dark line. As it is clear from the figure that positive holes are moving towards the N type, or you can say from left hand side to the right hand side, and electrons are moving from right hand side to the left hand side. Due to this, a layer is formed at the junction, as you can see from the figure. In this layer, at the left hand side of the junction, you are looking or you are viewing the negative charge, that is the electrons, and on the on the right hand side of this layer, this line, you are seeing the positive holes. These positive holes and these the negative charges are immobile, means they cannot move. What happens due to this? Due to this, a potential difference develops across the junction, which opposes the further diffusion of the electrons and holes. So, due to the formation of this layer, now there is a opposition of the diffusion of electrons and holes towards the opposite side. This potential difference is called potential barrier. What is this called? This is the potential barrier, which is represented by VB. The magnitude of this potential barrier is about 0.7 volt for silicon and it is near about 0.38 volt for germanium crystal at room temperature. The narrow region at the PN junction, which has positive and negative immobile charges, is called depletion layer. What it is called? It is called depletion layer. And the approximate thickness of this depletion layer is near about 10 raised to power minus 3 millimeter. Now next is energy band diagram of PN junction. When two types of semiconductors comes in contact, which we have seen earlier, with each other, then the, as I have just told you, positive charge particles, that is holes from the p type, are moved towards the n type, and the current carriers of n type, that is the electrons, they move towards from n type to the p type side. That is, flow of current carriers occurs in between these two types. Firstly, when electrons move from right side to left side, as you are looking, electrons are moving from right side to left side, as it is clear from the figure, then electronic charge or current is passed from left to right side. Electronic current means the current carries by the electrons. It is moving from left to right side, because as you know, conventionally electronic current is always equal in magnitude but opposite in direction from conventional current. As you must be knowing from your earlier classes, that the conventional current is just taken opposite to the direction of the flow of current. So current carried by the electrons is known as the electronic current, and simple that current which is opposite to the electronic current is known as the conventional current. Here, conventional current passes from p side to n side. Definitely, because electrons are moving from n to p, so the conventional current is taken from p side to n side. And this conventional current is known as generation current. What is this called? This is called generation current, and which is represented by Iz. But on the other hand, holes are also moving from p side to n side and combined with the electrons of n type semiconductor. So, due to which another type of current is also passed from p type to n type semiconductor due to migration of the holes, which is known as recombination current, represented by IR. So we have just here taken two terms. Generation current. Generation current is due to the migration of electrons from n type to p type, and recombination current is due to the flow of positive holes from p type to n type. Generation current is represented by Iz and recombination current is represented by IR. So in case of simple semiconductor junction, when these two types of currents are same, that is when Iz is equal to IR, what happens? There is no current flows through the semiconductor. Both opposite type of currents are equal, so there will be no net flow of current through the junction in a PN junction. But when Iz is greater than IR, means generation current is greater than recombination current, what happens? A current is passed through the semiconductor which is very small. Very small means it is in milliamperes. So, due to migration of holes and electrons, there is a net accumulation of positive and negative charges on the junction, which forms a barrier, as I have just told you, for further movement of the electrons and holes, and this barrier, as we have seen, is called the potential barrier, and thin layer which is formed due to this potential barrier is called depletion layer. What is it called? It is called depletion layer. During the formation of junction between p type and n type, there is the development of space charge. Now a space charge is developed. The Fermi level of two materials equalizes, and the energy level diagram is shown in figure 2. What you see in this figure here, ECP represents the energy of conduction band in P type of semiconductor, and EVP represents the energy of valence band in P type of the semiconductor. Now from the figure it is very clear that the lowest graph or lowest curve is for EVP. Middle, which is shown by the dotted line, is the Fermi level for the P type, and ECP is the energy of conduction band in P type. And this delta E, which is the difference between ECN and ECP, is known as the energy gap. Now, there are two types of the PN junctions. First is the forward bias and second one is the reverse bias. What are these forward bias and reverse bias? These we will take on next term. Okay.